Hello, and lovely to be here with you. And for those who don't know me, my name is Brother Sean, and I'm the founder of the Teo community of Interfaith Franciscans. And this is an informal recording following on from a chat I had this morning with Brother Paul from the Franciscan Order of Hermits. And I'm guided by my heart and promptings from Saint Francis and Saint Clare to offer you an invitation to come and join us, either for morning or evening prayer, or to our channel called Doves for Peace that goes live every evening at 8 p.m. London time. But a little bit about the Interfaith Franciscans. At the very heart of our Franciscan spirituality, we embrace all faiths. And that was the clear directive from St. Francis and Jesus when I knelt at the tomb of St. Francis going back to April 2008. And it wasn't my intention to go to Assisi because I joined family and friends for a wedding in Florence. But then on the Sunday evening, when all the celebrations had died down, I got a very strong premonition to go on the first train from Florence to Assisi, leaving Florence at 7:30 in the morning and eventually getting to Assisi around 11:30 in the morning. It was an amazing experience because I guess in my heart, even as a young Catholic nursing monk, I wasn't a Franciscan monk, but I always had a love of nature, the animal kingdom, and St. Francis. And what I was given as a directive really blew me away, because immediately my ego and head center kicked in and thought, oh no, I couldn't cope with this. I'll be ridiculed, I'll be ostracized by my church. And the message was very simple: embrace all God's children, all faiths and none. Our spiritual path was inspired by the simplicity and the humility of three extraordinary souls: Saint Francis, Saint Clare, and Saint Therese of Lisieux. Their personal search for God has inspired millions to take a leap of faith, honoring the divine within their being. And to become a Franciscan, there are different paths within the Franciscan family. We now have the Order of Franciscan Hermits, and the Aromatical Franciscans, the Ecumenical Franciscans, the Catholic Franciscans, and now the Interfaith Franciscans. And it's right that we should bring the love of Francis into the modern world, just like Pope Francis is doing, against a lot of hostility and opposition. But we would love you to join us, whatever your faith tradition. And if you are an established Franciscan in your own religious spiritual family, then we wouldn't want you to leave your family to join us. Become an associate or a friend, and together we can form a bridge in this beautiful world, the Cathedral of God, and unite hearts, for we all share one common denominator: compassion. Compassion for God's children who are wounded, ostracized, alienated, maybe because of the color of their skin, maybe their gender orientation, or maybe because their face doesn't fit. My heart request to you today is, come, let us work together. Let us put aside our agendas historical woundedness or indifference, and let us network together. For the real vision of Francis given to our community is to establish the Franclara Abbey of Peace and Compassion in every country of the world, in every major city in the world. An eco-sustainable community comprising of 12 men and women, where they will live a very simple life in like ecopods, but come together 3 times a day to dance the canticle of the creatures for unity and peace, and be self-sufficient. And if you feel guided or inspired to set up such a community, then let us support you. We can support you in a practical way through our prayer life, because those who've joined our community as monastics and undergone their period of formation as a postulant, oblate for 6 months or maybe 12 months, and then their 2-year novitiate from their own monastery without walls. We use a blueprint for our formation, and that is the interior castle by the great Teresa of Avila, where we are given the strength to face our demons, our shadows, and reclaim our divinity as a child of love. So feel free to come and break bread with us, for that would be a delight for Francis to see that from the 12th century, his vision to unite all faiths, all children of God, to come together in love. Our morning prayer is from the heart. Some of our prayer leaders use a conventional prayer, the Divine Office, Lauds and Vespers. For some of us, it's an eclectic form of prayer. Allow me read this prayer to you, which we usually say on a Sunday evening. And it's by Swami Vivekananda. I shall go to the mosque of the Muslim. I shall enter the Christian's church and kneel before the crucifix. I shall enter the Buddhist temple and take refuge in the Buddha. I shall go into the forest and sit down in meditation with the Hindu. And in addition, I shall keep my heart open for all that may come in the future. Is God's book finished? Or is revelation still going on? Salutations to all the prophets of the past, to all the great ones of the present, and to all that are to come in the future. Today, so many people that I've met in my travels around the world when I was running retreats prior to becoming an enclosed contemplative Franciscan, who not only embraces Franciscan spirituality, but Celtic spirituality, because Francis, interestingly, had a lot of direction from a Celtic monk in northern Italy. And that's been well documented. And the reason why we embrace Celtic Franciscan interfaith or interspiritual spirituality is because it encompasses the divine in all of creation. And there's an inherent respect for all that the divine has done for us. And we can allay a lot of fears and anxieties by just coming in love. In the community, we do not push religion or dogma. What we do is that we share compassion, respect, and gratitude. And for those of us who've chosen to live the life as a lay monastic from our own home, we enter the sevenfold vows of peace. And the 7th vow for me is the greatest of the promises, the vow of providence, where we surrender everything to God and where we trust in the divine to meet all our needs. Now that may not be your path, but if you choose to become a friend or an associate, you are welcome. If you feel guided by Spirit to come and lead prayers, you're welcome. If you wish to submit a video about you, your life story, and your journey towards Franciscan spirituality, then share it, and we will upload it and play it on our free TV internet live stream channel, Doves for Peace. But in conclusion, the world today needs more Francises to bring the love of God in action. In other words, to walk the talk rather than talk the walk. And even though I live this simple life, we all need friendship and we all need to network together. For the day has gone when the monastic orders built magnificent empires with abbeys, convents and monasteries. Our people today are searching for something challenging, but where there is simplicity, integrity, honesty, and where there's compassion. And who am I to judge another? Judgment is not for me, it is for the divine. So I'm going to conclude with this special blessing for you. And it's our fourfold Franciscan blessing. May God bless you with a restless discomfort about easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you may seek truth boldly and love deep from within your heart. May God bless you with a holy anger at injustice, oppression, and the exploitation of all people, so that you may tirelessly work for justice, freedom, and peace among all God's children. May God bless you with the gift of tears, to shed with those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, or the loss of all that they've cherished, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and transform their pain into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that yes, you really can make a difference in this world, so that you are able, with God's grace, by God's grace, to do what others claim cannot be done. And the blessing of God, the Supreme Majesty, and our Creator, and to Jesus the Christ, the cosmic Christ, the incarnate Word, who is our brother, our mentor, our teacher, our friend, who with the Holy Spirit, our advocate and guide, be with you and remain with you forevermore. Amen. So on behalf of our brothers and sisters of the Teo community, our online lay monastic community around the world, I extend to your heart today an invitation to come and network together so that we become one global Franciscan family, and that we listen to the words of Gandhi when he was asked about Christ and Christians. And he said, I like your Christ, but not your Christians, because your Christians are not like your Christ. So let us become more Christ-like in our Franciscan way of living, by bringing that Franciscan joy to those who are searching for an alternative life, a lifestyle rooted in love, acceptance, and compassion. Namaste, Shalom, Inshallah Paxet Bonum, OmShanti, Solo di Caritas, Salam Alaikum, and may the peace and the love of your God, Goddess, reawaken your heart to the I am presence of God already within you. And thank you for listening to this old monk rabbit on and on. Take care.